Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. When Islam was in power under the presence of the Khilafah, the Muslims lived in peace with various other communities. After the destruction of the Khilafah, places like India started to witness nationalistic and supremacist ideas and groups like the Hindutva idea, which stated that Hindus should dominate over other communities. The BJP in India now advocate this idea, and since they took over in India, there has been a huge amount of violence. We have seen the killing and the torturing of Muslims, the banning of the hijab, and even the escalation of the oppression in Kashmir. It's important to understand this context when thinking about the recent events in Leicester. The events taking place in India against the Muslims and the nationalistic chants and slogans by the Hindutva thugs in Leicester are related. The events in Leicester were fueled and influenced from India, and it is likely that these provocations will continue because the British government and the BJP are both hostile towards the Muslims in their politics. In fact, it is likely that the British government will use this to further the anti-Islam sentiment. As Muslims, there are some lessons that we can take away from these events. First of all, we should make a distinction between Hindutva and Hinduism. Not every Hindu supports Hindutva, and whilst Hinduism has existed for thousands of years, the Hindutva idea is fairly new, and its ideas were influenced by the rise of fascism in Nazi Germany and in Italy under Mussolini. This is very similar to Zionism because both Zionism and Hindutva are secular ideas rather than being religious ones. The second thing is that the Muslim community should realize that our countries in the Muslim world are disunited because of the same nationalistic ideas that Hindutva carry. Where the Hindutva and the current regimes in the Muslim world call for nationalism and nation states, Islam calls for the Muslim countries to be united politically. The last point is that we should realize that these Hindutva thugs feel confident in provoking the Muslims because they have the BJP supporting them. The question is, who do the Muslims have? If the Khilafah was present today, it would have used all economic, diplomatic and military resources to protect Islam and the Muslims across the world. As the Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّمَا الْإِمَامُ جُنَّةٌ يُقَاتَلُ مِنْ وَرَائِهِ وَيُتَّقَى بِهِ. Indeed, the Imam, the Khalifa, is a shield. You fight from behind him and you protect yourself with him. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq to be able to re-establish the Khilafah so that the Muslims and Islam are protected once again, inshaAllah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.